I visited Guwahati after a gap of almost 5 years for a month-long stay during the monsoons this year. This is a city where I had spent my early 20s in, and although I used to think that I had seen it all, this time I was back with renewed interest and the curiosity of a traveler who was visiting the city for the first time. I made it a point to rediscover the city and vlog the hell out of it, in finding new experiences or reliving an old memory from the city and creating a guide for all those who are planning a trip to Guwahati soon. So, let's get this rolling. Thankfully, it was a beautifully bright sunny day when we planned to travel from one side of Guwahati to the other through a cable car over the Brahmaputra. So we have reached the Ropeway terminal in Guwahati, and I can get a very nice view of the river from here, and it also looks like it's quite a busy day because there are quite a number of tourists around here. So now I'm heading to do our tickets, walking towards the ticket counter. People from every age group about here. We got our tickets. Now we are going up the elevator to the point from where it all starts. Oh, we'll be late. This ropeway is about 1.82 kilometers in length and is the longest ropeway that goes over a river in India. Looking down was the massive Brahmaputra river over which our cable car was now plying. We could see beautiful aerial views of the Peacock Island that houses the Umananda temple, the raging currents that set my anxiety to go skyrocketing, and the enchanting distant views of the cityscapes. You could clearly tell from my face that I was low-key freaking out. This was my first time getting into a cable car, and that too over a river. So we have deboarded on the other side of Guwahati. This is North Guwahati, and now I think we will be given some time to explore this area a bit, and then we'll be back on our way in an hour's time. So we have come all the way from there at the distance, and there were 3 labs that we crossed, and the journey took about like 10 minutes to cover. You could stay back there as long as you want or right away return. We decided to hire a cab and get around that area for about an hour and mark a few spots, one of which I'll be covering in this video. Driving away from the main city through beautifully kept roads in the outskirts of Guwahati lies the freshwater lake called Deeporbil, and no matter what time of the year you come to Guwahati, definitely visit this sanctuary. It's a beautiful expanse of wetlands enveloped in lush greenery, which makes it so peaceful and enchanting. So today we are in Deeporbil. This is a freshwater lake in the outskirts of Guwahati. This lake has a rich biodiversity of birds and fishes, and aside from offering livelihood to local fishermen, this lake is covered for miles with aquatic vegetation which migratory birds and even elephants come to feed from. We went on a monsoon morning, and though we hadn't had the luck to catch sight of any of the migratory birds, the sheer greenery of the place against the distant city backdrop was such a sight to watch, and add to that the calm and tranquil nature of the place. The best time to come to Deeporbil is, however, during the winters if you want to spot some of its exotic species of birds, but make sure you don't litter it because this place already faces dangers such as encroachment, by the rapid urbanization that's happening on most sides of it as we speak, and the elephant corridor that has been disrupted by the laying down of railway tracks along the place. Guwahati has a lot of ethnic food joints you can pick from, and tonight we are going through this narrow road for dinner to one of my favorites amongst the many. So it's 9 p.m. now and we have come out to pick out on ethnic food tonight, and we have come to this place called Missing Kitchen. Lai half, right? We'll have pork curry lai half. And though I'm here for the delicious pork they make in a traditional manner, there's plenty of options for those who would rather have chicken, fish, or are vegetarians. Whatever their preference, opt for the traditional version. We didn't order any thali, right? Because thali doesn't have a lot of varieties of pork meat, which is what we're looking for. So what we've done instead is we got ourselves some steamed rice with 2 kinds of pork dish. Wait for the food to come because I made sure that I keep my tummy empty so that I could come and cover all the food out here. This is pork with bamboo shoot. There is pork with lemon. It looks like a lot to accomplish for one night, but let's begin. Can't do without a rice, can we? Let's do it. We eat this stuff with our hands, not with any spoon. When the sun isn't too harsh or the rain isn't too heavy, head out and give this cultural institution a visit. The Srimanta Shankardev Kalakshetra is a park and museum of sorts. It exhibits and preserves cultural artifacts and items from the state and can make for a really interesting visit. Items from older eras such as masks, costumes, weapons, and even musical instruments can be found here, and those are just some of the things that are on display. Truth be told, this place wasn't part of our itinerary, but after getting off at North Guwahati from the Ropeway, we took a drive around the northern part of the city and found this. Most of us have heard about the Kamakhya temple, and since I haven't covered that in this video, I have another stunning example of Assam's temples to show you. Enter the Dirgheshwari Devalaya. This place is specially dedicated to the goddess Durga and was built by an Ahom king back in the 11th century. This temple, perched at the top of a hill, also has archaeological significance, and you can see ancient engravings, sculptures as you go around the place, scattered in just about every nook and cranny of the temple. Engravings are as old as 1,000 years. These are from the 1000 CE, and you should make it a point to visit this place if you're in Guwahati and are here especially for the temples that this state has, which are so many of them. And all of them are so stunning. Due to the ongoing Ambubachi celebrations, the temple was closed and no pujas were being performed, so we could take our time and explore the area and soak in the serene atmosphere. The canopied trees, the quiet forests, the lazy primates doing their thing. Being here was quite a refreshing experience that we didn't know we needed. This temple is not just stunning as a temple, but it also has this very picturesque surroundings that you can just sit in and enjoy. Another thing worth including in your trip to Guwahati would be to take off for a day to the resorts in the outskirts of the city. While traveling to these places, you could expect to travel through the beautiful vistas that surround this city and explore what lies beyond it. This has to be the most beautiful parking spot I've been to in a while. And this place is so lovely. It has so much greenery all around that it almost feels unreal. And we plan to spend the whole day here, leave by evening. It's too much of a sunny day to be outside and take in all of the place, but we can do so visually as we go up. The weather took a turn for the better towards the end of the day, and the whole place transformed into this charming looking spot when it began to rain. It has begun to rain. Assam's fabled monsoons. Guwahati has a thriving nightlife with plenty of pubs and party places, so don't just spend your days exploring the city during the day. Head over to the endless choices this city presents for those wishing to indulge in some beers or catch up on some local boys performing, and not to mention impressing you with their talent, or you might want to enjoy an elaborate dinner at the end of the day. This city has loads to pick from. So let's wrap up this video with another non-negotiable when you're in Guwahati. We have come near the Brahmaputra, and this is one of the things that you should totally do when you're in Guwahati, that is drive by the Brahmaputra and watch the sunset. Today is quite a cloudy day, so we might not have so much luck in witnessing the sun go down. There's a cruise right behind me and it has some music playing. I have been here umpteen times and it has been worth it every single time. So we've made it till the end. Thank you so much for watching and do not forget to subscribe if you like my content, and I'll see you soon. Bye.